ladies and gentlemen, and welcome your faces to the next episode of the CWS. Now, last week, ladies and gentlemen, we started our brand new story arc, and it wasn't received well. I don't know if it's because it was on a Thursday, or because I didn't actually say the storyline. I wanted you guys to work out what it was going to be. Therefore, I'm going to change it up a bit, and I'm going to tell you guys the story arc. We are doing the next 10 episodes of In Your House. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so we did episode 2, we did In Your House 2 Lumberjack last week. Please go and check that out. It's actually a really good video about the AEW Dynamite review I put on the beginning of that. But ladies and gentlemen, we're here. It's In Your House 3. It's a triple header. All 3 major titles are on the line tonight. So why don't we kick things off with our first matchup? And we shall. So we just had Waylon Mercy versus Vega in the opening contest. This wasn't a great match. It was a good match. I see a lot of people not liking Vega, especially when it came to No Way Out of Texas, when he was the replacement for Shawn Michaels. But it actually told a story, because when Austin first came into the business, his first feud was with Vega. So it told that story of, well, you know, amazingly it told a story, I think personally, of them rekindling their rivalry from back in the day when Austin was the ringmaster. Waylon Mercy is a, how would I explain him? He's kind of like a Charles Manson type character with a bit of cult leader-ish vibes as well. It was actually a very interesting character. He would only stay for probably about, I think it was only 10 or 11 matches. This is his only pay-per-view appearance, by the way. But yeah, it wasn't a good match. It wasn't a great match. It wasn't a bad match. It was just a good match. Salvio gets the win with a spinning back kick, or up and high kick, as the old saying goes. But yeah, it was an okay way to get the pay-per-view going. But breaking news has happened. In the main event, Owen Hart is actually not in the building. Oh no, what's this going to mean for the triple header? Well, we'll find out, shall we? Well, let's see what our next matchup is. So, before the next match, we had Monsoon and Jim Cornette talking about Owen Hart. It's Cornette saying that he is in Michigan, he's just not at the arena yet. He's on the 75 now. And basically, Monsoon saying that the match is going to go ahead, whether Owen's here or not. So, yeah. And next up, we had Psycho Sid, oh my god, versus Henry Godwin. I can't believe these words are about to come out of my mouth. Henry Godwin sold his back. So, the past weekend, Henry Godwin got powerbombed by Sid 3 times on the outside and sold his back. He suplexes Sid into the ring, sells his back. He tries to do a power slam, he sells his back. Every time he tries to do a high power move or gets hit in the back, he sells it. Sid hits him in the back, he sells it. I can't believe Henry Godwin is a better seller than Psycho Sid. To be fair, that's not saying much. But I mean, it was a okay. It's a Psycho Sid match, so it's not going to be a technical prowess match, is it? But I mean, it's a hard hitting match. It was a good match. Sid wins with the power bomb, 1, 2, 3. But I think, you know, Henry Godwin can sell. So yeah, good match. So we'll see what our next matchup is, guys, and we'll carry on with the storyline of Owen Hart. Now, I will admit I'm an Owen Hart fan, so I hope he's in the main event. Something tells me he's not going to be in the main event, is he? So just before we get into the next segment with Monsoon and Jim Cornette, Ted DiBiase gets stopped. Fucking amazing. The way he sells it is fucking brilliant. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. So now Monsoon and Jim Cornette are officially saying now that the match is going to go ahead, but I have 2 options for you. One, Yokozuna goes out there and defends the belt, the tag team belts by himself in a 2-on-1 handicap match, or you find yourself a tag team partner. That's what Mr. Cornette is going to try and do. I think we have the British Bulldog stream coming up soon. Ooh, yay, British Bulldog match. Let's find out. Is it going to be the Bulldog? So, we just had the British Bulldog versus Bam Bam Bigelow in a in a good match. It wasn't a highly contested match. It was a good match. Bammers did try to sell the leg a little bit. Did do, but not majorly. Hit an insecurity with the hurt leg, of course. But Davey Boy wins with a power slam and gets the 1, 2, 3. And now he's going on to face The Undertaker. And now we're having a special about WrestleMania being on Fox. So, yay. We'll see what our next matchup is, guys, and we'll carry on with who is going to be Yokozuna's tag team partner. So we just had Bob Backlund come out. Anyway, to introduce Dean Douglas, and then Dean Douglas introduced Razor Ramon. So we have Razor Ramon versus Dean Douglas, and a very, very good matchup. I think actually so far, match of the night. Very, very entertaining, very good, very fun matchup. 1, 2, 3 kid runs out to ringside, runs it, 1, 2, 3. Razor turns around, thinks he's won. He didn't. Shoves 1, 2, 3 kid out of the way, and Dean Douglas wins with a roller. But the technical wrestling on the beginning, very entertaining, very good. But yeah, this was a good matchup. We also had Mabel and Yokozuna with Jim Cornette talking to both men, being like, hey, work together and one of you can become the champion before SummerSlam. Because this was around SummerSlam 1995, where Diesel will take on Mabel for the title. Yes, that happened. So we'll see what our next matchup is and see what the next segment's going to be and match. So we just had the next debut of the In Your House, and our next review, In Your House 4, Great White North. Looking forward to that one actually, guys. Undertaker versus Kim Mabel, and the debut of Goldust. Looking forward to that. And Dustin Rhodes is still wrestling. What the fuck? But yes, I don't know why I did that. Then we had Shawn and Diesel talking about the matchup, basically saying that, well, yep, this match is going to happen, I hope so, and yeah, this is going to be a fun match. And yeah, Diesel's on, I smell a rat. I just thought it was Doc Hendricks, Shawn says. Brilliant. But now we have Jeanpierre Lafitte taking on, I believe he's taking on Bret Hart. I could be wrong on that one, but we'll see and we'll watch the matchup. So we just had Bret Hart versus Jeanpierre Lafitte, better known as PCO, former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. This match was good. It's a Bret Hart match, so you know what you're going to expect with a Bret Hart match. But the guy can have a fucking match with a broom and have a 3-star match. He's that good at this time. He's really fucking good. And at the end of the day, it was a really great matchup. And Bret wins with the sharpshooter. And there's nothing really else to say about it. It was a really good match. Again, it was just your typical Bret Hart match. So now, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we will find out who is going to be Yokozuna's tag team partner. And we get to our main event. The fight for all the gold. Let's watch it, shall we? So we just found out who is going to be the tag team partner to Yokozuna. It is the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. Okay, he only had a match an hour ago. Let's see if he's rested up enough. Then we had Alundra Blaze coming out to shell the In Your House 3 triple header t-shirt. And now we have the triple header match itself. Shawn Michaels and Big Daddy Cool, the Intercontinental and World Champion respectively, taking on the British Bulldog and Yokozuna for the tag titles. Whoever wins this match, so if Davey Boy or Yokozuna pin either Diesel or Shawn Michaels, then Davey Boy or Yokozuna will become that champion. So if Davey Boy pins Shawn, he becomes the Intercontinental Champion. If Davey Boy pins Diesel, he becomes the WWF Champion. However, if Diesel or Shawn Michaels pin Yokozuna or British Bulldog, they become the tag team champions. So kind of an interesting matchup going into this. So let us see who wins this match. Let's watch it. So we just had the WWF Intercontinental and Tag Team title matchup, the triple header, and it was an okay match. Davey Boy, who's already been out an hour ago, facing Bam Bam Bigelow. You couldn't really tell he faced Bam Bam an hour ago. He was actually really good, to be fair. Obviously, Bam Bam was doing British Bulldog were doing most of the work for Yokozuna, who is over 600 pounds at this point. Jesus Christ. Sorry about that. Anyway, but yeah, this was a good match. Sean, oh my god. Sean doing the respectful sumo beginning, where he just goes and just bends down and then just slides under Yokozuna's legs. That was brilliant. Michaels is cocky, but it's one of those likable cockiness where he's just like, yeah, okay, you're an asshole, but I like you because you're an asshole. But yeah, this was a good matchup. Owen Hart coming in at the end to get punched, powerbombed, 1, 2, 3. Probably to say that, yes, these guys win, but they're going to relinquish the tag team titles back. But this was a good match. It was an okay match, good main event. Diesel gets the win for his team, so yeah, really entertaining. So, what do I think of In Your House 3 triple header? It was a good match. It was a guaranteed title change, and all four, and all three major titles being on the line, tag, Intercontinental, and World title, actually heightened the match up a bit more, I think, personally, and it was a decent show. Best match of the night, either Dean Douglas versus Razor Ramon or Bret Hart versus Jeanpierre Lafitte, who is, again, PCO. Yeah, that was a good match. Worst match, it's probably Wayne and Mercy versus Savio Vega. Even though it was an okay match, it just didn't have the feel of a opening contest to me personally. But it was a good match. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is In Your House 3, out of sight, out of mind, out of pocket. But ladies and gentlemen, next week, I've already told you what next week is going to be, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be In Your House 4, Great White North, emanating from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Looking forward to that one, guys. We've got, I'm looking forward to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this episode of the CWS. As always, stay safe, stay happy, wear a mask, have hand sanitizer, and do me a favour, ladies and gentlemen, please keep a smile on your face. It's better, and you look good with it. I'll catch you next week, guys. But In Your House 4.